What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 4 different mining stocks today. We're going to go over Marathon and IREN for Cow, CIFR for Ali Masar, BTBT for Vadonaldo, and that's the list. That's the requesters, and we're going to get this party started. If you guys could hit that like button and subscribe, it really does help. If it's you're just on autopilot right now and you're like, just give me the video already, I'm just gonna try to pull you out of autopilot and be like, if you could hit that like button, man, I would really appreciate it. Or lady, whoever you are watching this video, if you could hit that like button, I would very much appreciate it. If not, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I appreciate you being here to watch the video regardless. So let's get started. Looking at this on the weekly here, Marathon, you've broken out of your accumulation phase. Absolutely you have. You have back tested it for support, and you look like you are moving up right now. This is a good look. Somebody asked me in the comments the other day if my thoughts on targets for BTC and BCH changing, if that meant that my targets for the mining stocks would change, and I said no. That does not mean that, and I stand by that. That does not mean that, though I am going to say right now the targets might change. And yes, it kind of coincides with crypto changing. The reason why that might sound confusing is because just because Bitcoin's doing well does not mean these mining stocks have to do well. Just because the mining stocks are doing well does not mean Bitcoin has to be doing well. We've seen them move up while the other one's moving down both ways on both of them, right? So like the mining stocks could be moving up while Bitcoin moves down, or Bitcoin could be moving up while the mining stocks are moving down. We've seen that go both ways. So for Marathon, I must admit, things do look a little bit different right now. On the weekly RSI, on the price, like being back above the 50 here, not even getting down to your 40, holding this higher low kind of channel that you're in. It really, to me, this weekly RSI, the way it looks like, it looked like it was going down. You still have a chance to. You very much could reject this area. We're going to look at the lower time frames, but there's a little bit of a wind. You're catching a wind, man, taking you higher right now, with not a lot of volume, to be completely fair, but your daily RSI does look good. You might get a nice pop here soon. Let's see. Let's look at the relative RSI, or fibs, high to low. You look good to me, man. You look good to about $24 to $26, and I think once you move up there, the cat's out of the bag. You're probably not going to go below that low. This back here really made it seem that you were going to go lower, but you held it. You held this very bearish. It was a psych out. It was a psyops. It was a bear trap. Call it. It was standard volatility. It was a higher low. Call it whatever you want. Finding support at the 236 after rejecting the 382, a very bullish thing indeed. The next target area would be $24 to $26. And once you hit that target area, I very much do believe you're absolved of going lower. You could. Anything could happen, right? You can hit your golden retracement and go lower. That does happen, but I don't think you will. I don't think you will. Your daily RSI looks nice. If you continue to grow, especially throughout this week and next week, your weekly RSI will continue to look better. I mean, you found support at a previous area of resistance, and you're kind of breaking into a previous area, a previous price range right now. So, I mean, I think really, truthfully, even though your next target area is $24 to $26, you're probably making your way up over time to $43 to $58. Somebody also said, while I was bearish on mining stocks, they said, I forget what they said, but they said something like, you're so cold toward these stocks. I'm not cold. I like these stocks. I want to see them do well. I own one of them. I own CleanSpark, which we're not talking about in this video, but I do think a lot of them, if not all of them, are going to see new all-time highs this cycle. We just haven't talked about that in a while because, I mean, we really haven't been moving up in a while, and we're not even near the highs right now, but now, this is a good point, I think, to talk about the potential highs. Absolutely, I believe that Marathon will see new all-time highs this cycle. From the relative high to low, it's going to probably go, I would think, to $200, if not $607. It's somewhere in between that range, probably closer to $200. That, to me, seems a bit unrealistic. It could happen, I suppose, but 300 to 200 sounds more realistic to me. You've got your 3618 on this relative range here, even up there, 3113 up at the 1272 there. I don't know. I would expect at least a $200 price by the end of the cycle, personally. But the more immediate targets, again, being around $43 to $58 over time, over the months, maybe by September or August, late in the summer. That's my kind of thoughts for Marathon. So let's talk about IREN now. Let's see. looking good as well. Actually, looking very good. IREN was one I think that started doing better. Right, it started looking more bullish earlier than these other ones. It's had a better time. Yeah, man, I think this was the one out of all the mining stocks I was like first, like, I don't think this one's going lower. I think this one actually looks good. Weekly RSI looks great. What you're doing is great. Daily RSI looks unbeatable, man. Volume is there. This looks good, you guys. I don't know anything about Iris Energy, but it might be time to start looking it up a little bit, right? Let's look at the market cap. $1 billion. Yeah, man, you got room to grow. Something like this could see a 20x to a 50x from here or more. I mean, you really don't know. A 20x, just to put that in perspective, I mean, a 10x would be about 80 bucks. So a 20x would be like 160 bucks, right? Let's see, where's the 20x would technically be right there at 158. Yeah. I mean, dude, you really could see your 1618 all the way up at 220. This stock as well could break $220. Absolutely, it could. I don't think you're going to stop at your 1272. So I'm going to give you the targets between your 1414 and the 1618, being that you're going to go between $112 to $220, and I do like that 220 area, but you could stop somewhere shy of that, but I feel the most confident in saying somewhere between these areas by the end of the cycle, 111 to 220, or 112 to 220. Relatively immediately speaking, however, that's toward the end of the cycle, right? That's months, a year or more away. Relatively speaking, you look good. You might find resistance relatively soon, and that's okay. I bet you make your move. You're going to do one of two things. Either you continue up about $1 to $8.64. You continue up there. You might even break above it, which would be nice. Or because you hit your 786 here, perhaps you pull back to your 618. Perhaps you pull back to this previous area of resistance, find support there, confirm it as support at about $1 below where you're at now. So maybe you drop $1, perhaps you raise $1. Either way, whatever's going to happen, if you go up, you'll probably pull back to your 786 area and then go up. If you pull down, you'll probably pull back up to your 786 area and then go up. So up or down, whatever, there will be an inverse of that afterwards. If you go up, you're going to go down afterwards. If you go down, you're going to go up afterwards. So that's my general thoughts. So if you're looking to buy this, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you wait, I would assume even if it does go up to the 886, you would probably, if you're patient on the ensuing pullback afterwards, you'd probably be able to buy even at a slightly cheaper price, if not around the exact same price that you're at now. So I think if you're patient, either way, you know, you might even get this lower price, which would be awesome. But if not, again, still, it might just pull back to around the same area. So patience is my idea, because you're pretty overbought on the RSI. You could go more overbought for sure. I mean, yeah, I honestly think you will find resistance here. I think you will. If not a little bit higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if you find resistance here. That's IREN. Let's look at the 3-hour time frame real quick before we move on. It's the 3-hour, the daily, man. They're all looking bullish. The 1 hour, I guess, looks a little bearish. Yeah, the volume's dying off a little bit. Yeah. You could pull back about $1. Maybe if you pull back more than $1 or even like $1.50, don't be scared. It's okay. Higher lows nonetheless. Cypher is the next one for Ali Massar. Looking at Cypher here. Still hasn't broken out of its consolidation phase, but it's all of these have like odd consolidation phases, don't they? Flat top nonetheless, and ascending highs. Can't help but be bullish on that. Weekly RSI looks pretty bullish. That's a nice bounce off your 50, bro. That's a really good look. So yeah, you're probably getting ready to break out. The way that this just looks so wound up right here, you probably are getting ready to break out. I would assume you'll be at, nope, that's not the right thing. 670 to 810 in no time. Maybe even up toward like 11 to 14, $15, something like that. Let's see. Let's get a better fib on there. High to low. Yeah, I like this fib a lot more. Yeah, man, you're consolidating right on your 618 above it. The next target would be the 786, which is at about $7. I mean, really, technically, it's the 786 to the 886 area. So $7 to 1020 or 1010. $7 to $10.10. That's your range. That's the area you're going to. You're at $4.13 now. So yes, inevitably, I think you are working your way up there. Immediately, I mean, I don't know. Soon, definitely soon. It could take a month or two. It could take a week or two, but soon. If you go lower from here, I don't think you're going to go lower than $3.75. I wouldn't even be surprised if you held above $4. But if you do go below $4, $3.75 would be the lowest that I would give it, but probably not even that. But up soon for Cypher. Looking good. BT. Bit Digital, baby. Looking bullish on your daily as well. Yes, you found a little bit of resistance around here. You might consolidate for a second. That's okay. Weekly RSI is bullishly postured. I like that double bottom off your 40, man. That looks really nice, actually. Yeah, BT looking good, guys. Relative high to low. You get above that 382, you get above $2.68, and it's on. You closed above it yesterday, and now you're below. So yeah, you could go back to 228. You're at 256 after hours right now, 257 right now on the daily close. You could go back to 228. That's okay. About 230, 225, whatever, somewhere around there. Still a higher low, and then move up. That's my thoughts. Let's draw a line. Let's just see real quick, right? Do something like this. It's kind of your resistance line, your trend line. Yeah, man, if you move down, you could hit that red line, you know, or at least this trend line, something down here, right, to match this trend. You broke out of it, back test it for support, and then move up. I don't know. I've heard that been called a break, hook, and go. I don't know what that's called, but you break out, you back test it for support, and then you go. It makes sense to me. Your next target area would be like 350 to 375 based on that too. So higher prices are about, and I mean, inevitably, yes, you'd go higher. $7, $10, whatever, you know, anything and everything in between. BT looking good, but for short term, I'm pretty confident you do see a little drop over maybe the next week, something like that, over the coming days. If it does happen over the next 2 days, like the sooner you get this drop over with, the sooner you're going to work your way back up. But as far as how long it takes, I don't know. That's not my strong suit. I'm better at guessing where the price goes than I am guessing when it gets there. But that's all I got, guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.